Hello everyone. On this video, I will show you how to fix DISM and SFC errors when trying to fix corrupted system files. DISM stands for Deployment Image Servicing and Management, and is an administrative tool that can be used from command prompt to perform many tasks in Windows operating systems, such as repairing corrupted files, adding or removing Windows components, editing Windows images and many more. On the other hand, the SFC stands for System File Checker, and it is an administrative tool that can be used to check or to repair system files in Windows. This video will show you how to fix most common errors of both tools easily. First, you have to boot into Advanced Recovery Environment if you are trying to use both tools in running Windows. Type CMD into search box. Right-click on Command Prompt, then select Run as Administrator. Check Recovery Environment status using this command. If the Windows recovery disabled, search for WinRE file using this command. If the file is available, enable recovery using this command. If you are unable to enable recovery, watch the video from description to see how to enable it. Now click on Start icon, then select Power button. Press and hold Shift key from keyboard. Click on Restart while holding Shift key down. Select Troubleshooting option, then select Advanced options. Open Command Prompt. If you have a password for your account, type it to login, otherwise, click Continue directly. The first method will show you the general solution for most common and simple errors. The following commands will fix the simple errors, such as, System Resource Protection could not perform the requested operation when executing SFC/ScanNow. Or, access is denied when executing DISM RestoreHealth. Type BCD edit and press Enter to determine Windows partition. In my PC, the D is assigned for Windows partition. Change CMD path to System32 folder inside Windows partition using this command. Execute this command to reset system attributes of WinSXS folder to defaults. Execute this command to grant full access to administrators. Use up arrow key from keyboard to explore previous commands. Execute this command to reset Windows security settings to default. Execute the following two commands to configure and to start Trusted Installer. scconfig Trusted Installer start equals demand. Net start Trusted Installer. Now the system is ready to execute DISM and SFC commands without issues. Second method. If the first method not helped, the required files in the WinSXS may be corrupted or missing, especially if you get the following errors. DISM error, 87. The cleanup image option is unknown. Or SFC ScanNow, Windows Resource Protection could not start the repair service. In this case, you have to boot from a bootable USB pen drive of Windows, in order to replace or to add the missing files from the USB. See video description to learn how to create a bootable USB and how to boot from it. Once you have booted from the USB, check the WinSXS folder as followings. Type Notepad and press Enter. Click on File, then select Open option. Click on this PC. Open Windows partition, then open Windows folder. Right-click on the WinSXS folder and select Properties. As you can see, there are only 1,200 files inside the WinSXS folder. However, it must be at least 51,000 files, which are the minimum files in a newly installed Windows. To repair the corrupted or to add the missing files, do the followings. Navigate to this path to check Windows Edition. D:\Windows /System32 /licenses /neutral /_default /. If there is a folder called Professional, then the edition is Pro. For Windows 10 Enterprise you may have both Enterprise and Professional folders. In Home Edition you will have only Home folder. Back to Command Prompt and change CMD path to System32 folder. Execute this command to identify Windows version. WinVer. In my PC, the version is 2004, build number 19041. So the bootable USB should contain Windows 10 Pro, with the same or newer version and build number. Now let's check the version of Windows in the USB drive using this command. DISM/getwiminfo/wimfileh/sources/install.wim. Because the edition of installed Windows on the PC is Pro, so I will select the index number 6 in the USB to show its info using this command. As you can see, the version and build number are the same of installed Windows. Let's check the default UI language of installed Windows by executing this command. As you can see, the versions and default language are the same in both my computer and USB. So, I will extract the index number 6 to replace missing files in the WinSXS folder as followings. Create new folder on the D partition using this command. Extract index number 6 from the USB drive into mount folder using this command. Let's check the WinSXS files in the mounted folder. Press Shift plus F10 keys from keyboard to open new CMD window. Use Notepad to go to mount folder. As you can see, there are 51,085 files, which are the baseline files that required for Windows to boot and run normally. However, the number of these files may be doubled in your computer due to Windows updates, especially if there is enough free disk space and you didn't instruct Windows to remove the older versions. Create new folder inside System32 folder using this command. Copy WinSXS folder to the created folder using this command. This step is to make a backup copy for the existing WinSXS files, but before doing that, make sure you have enough free space on the Windows partition, otherwise, delete unnecessary files or move them to external drive or to another partition in your computer if you have. Now copy the files from mount folder to WinSXS folder using this command. In my case, the existing files inside WinSXS folder were 1,222 files only, so it takes about 16 minutes to copy new files, but it takes more than 15 hours to compare the sources files to the existing files before replacing or skipping them. So be patient, because it may take much more hours in your computer if you have more existing files. If you can't wait for this long process, you can try to rename your existing WinSXS folder, then copy the whole WinSXS folder from mount folder to Windows folder as followings. Rename the WinSXS folder in your Windows folder using this command. This step is to replace making a backup as on step number 2.4.e. After that, copy all WinSXS files and folders from mounted folder into new WinSXS folder using this command. Finally, execute the DISM and SFC commands again, or boot to your Windows to see if the issue fixed or not. If the issue not fixed, you have to use robocopy command to add the missing files. But before doing that, remove new WinSXS folder using this command. Then restore your original WinSXS folder using this command. After that, execute the robocopy command and wait for it until complete. If you failed to remove or to replace the files in the WinSXS folder with this error message, the process cannot access the file because it is being used by another process. You have to take the ownership of the folder using this command, then try again. Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, leave a comment and subscribe.